Welcome back, fans of Colorado Mesa Athletics. You are now tuning in to Maverick Postgame, where we have all of your highlights, stats, and analysis of the CMU Mavericks.
Hello everyone, my name is Bryce Langley.
And I am Stephanie Bush. An epic win for the Colorado Mesa women's basketball team as they locked in a spot for the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference title with a score of 60-39 over the Western State Mountaineers. In each of the final quarters, the ladies posted 21 points, holding a lead at 13-30 by the halftime mark. The ladies had it locked in. As a whole, the Mavs shot 42% from the field and 36.4% from the three-point line. From the charity strip, they shot 76.9%. Shout out to Jalen Duran, who just wouldn't stop making headlines for us as she led the Mavericks with 18 points and 4 trays throughout the game. Duran now has 248 three-pointer points to her career. Other stars of the night included Kelsey Simons, who contributed 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, and a career-high 6 blocks. Natalie Bartle posted 16 points, and Cindy Brandon got the game-high 13 rebounds. Your champions will host the RMAC tournament in Bronson Arena on Tuesday, March 5th against Black Hills State.
In Colorado Mesa men's basketball, the Mavs played host to the Western State Mountaineers this past weekend. In what was final home game for CMU basketball seniors, the Mavs absolutely dominated the visitors on the hardwood, winning by a score of 83-63. Early on, it seemed as though the Mountaineers came to play with their biggest lead of 7 points coming at the 11:27 mark of the first half. However, the Mavs would rally, and from that point, it was a show for the home crowd. As always, Connor Nichols gave it his all, putting up 23 points and 12 rebounds in his final home game. It was his third double-double of the season. Tommy Nuno also put up double-digit scoring with 20 points of his own. With the win, the Mavs earned the number 5 seed in the RMAC tournament, and it will be their first time in the tournament since the 2015-2016 season. They will travel to the number 4 seed Black Hills State on Tuesday to begin tournament play.
Your Colorado Mesa men's golf team made their way to Las Vegas, Nevada on Sunday to tee off their spring season at the University of Missouri St. Louis Desert Classic. After the first day of competition, the Mavs placed 12th. The tournament consisted of 8 teams who are ranked in the top 50s nationally. As a whole, Mesa shot .311 in the first round. Nationally, third-ranked West Florida University led the tournament with a 1 under 287. Special shout-outs to Grant Ollinger, who led the men with a 1 over 73 in his first round, sitting in 11th place overall. As for the second day of the Missouri St. Louis Desert Classic, Mesa saw improvements both as a team and individually. The Mavs shot 3 under 285 as a team in the second day, topping out at 596 combined for the 2-day tournament. The Mavs jumped up 2 spots on the leaderboard, sitting at 10th place. Grant Ollinger kept his momentum up, moving up an astonishing 8 spots, tying for 3rd place. Ollinger shot 4 under 68 in the second round.
Over the weekend, the CMU baseball team played a doubleheader against the Dixie State University Trailblazers in St. George, Utah. The games were originally scheduled on back-to-back days, but after heavy rainfall caused the first game to be delayed, both games were eventually played on Sunday, March 3rd. In the first game, the Mavericks crushed the Trailblazers with ease, winning by a score of 11-3. The Mavs were able to score 2 or more runs in 4 of the final 5 innings. Included in that was a 2-run homer by pinch hitter Trevin Reynolds. Relief pitcher Ryan Overbo picked up his first collegiate win in Sunday's first bout. In the second and final game of the series, the Mavs continued the overwhelming pressure on Dixie State, using a 4-run second inning and stifling defense to win the game 6-3. Pitcher Taylor Dye would pick up the win in relief, and Will Dixon would earn his second save of the season. CMU finished the non-conference portion of their season at 12-2 and begin RMAC play next weekend as they travel to take on Regis University.
The Colorado Mesa softball team stayed home this weekend, hosting the 22nd nationally ranked Dixie State Trailblazers. The weekend held 4 total games. On Saturday, the Mavs were devastated with a loss in the day's first game. The Trailblazers executed 10 hits, leaving 5 runners on base, leading to their 4-hit shutout effort. The Mavericks left 8 runners on base when they were shut out for the first time in their home since the 2017 NCAA Division II South Central Regional Tournament, which was ironically against the Trailblazers as well. If there is one thing these girls know how to do, it is to come back strong from an upset. In the day's second game, the Mavericks pocketed a win. The first 2 innings were bland on both ends until Haley Hinson drew a lead-off walk before moving on second on Brooks Domer's sacrifice in the third. Later on, Hinson scored 2 plays while Anne-Marie Torres had her second of her 4 second-game singles to add to her RMAC leading 25th RBI of the season. In the bottom of the 6th, the Mavs pocketed a run as Domer hit a 1-out double just before scoring on Torres's RBI single. The light rain brought the game to a close in the 7th with a final score of 6-2. The success kept on rolling in for Mesa as they scored 2 more wins on Sunday. As for the first game, the Mavs put up 6 runs in the second inning, while Bailey Klespies hit her first 2-run blast of the season, supporting the Mavs' 3-0 lead with 2 outs only. In the bottom of the 4th, the Mavs scored 6 runs in 4 hits. Kudos to Taya Gerber, who displayed the biggest blow with a 2-out, 2-run homer to left, and Anne-Marie Torres with an RBI single. We also had Kimber Herring strike out 8 Trailblazers while giving up 3 hits in the Warren, her 3rd individual shutout of the season. The final score was 12-0 Mavericks. As for Sunday's second game, the first point on the scoreboard came from the Mavericks when Brooke Domer took advantage of the leadoff single and a 1-out walk to Torres, while Jacoby Hutt a 3-run bomb. Shortly after, Gerber made back-to-back round trippers with a homer, bumping the Mavs up 4 points while the Trailblazers stayed at 0. Dixie State responded to your Mavs with 3 runs in the top of the 5th. Adair got a jam in top of the 6th that allowed the Mavs to lock in insurance runs on a 2-run Klespie bases loaded single, extending the Mavericks' lead to 6-3, which ended up to be the final score.
Your CMU men's lacrosse team traveled to Salt Lake City to take on the number 15 ranked Lynn University Fighting Knights. The Mavericks would fight from behind after a first quarter, but the Mavs would tie the game leading into the half by goals from Joe Wolforst and Jack Griffin. Coming out of the half, though, it was all Mavericks. CMU would score 3 goals in the first 6 minutes of play of the third quarter. Jack Griffin would put up 2 more goals in the 4th, and Colorado Mesa would ride some solid defensive play to a huge 10-5 victory over the big opponent. The Mavs now hold a 3-2 record on the season and will host Rollins College in their home opener at Walker Field on Wednesday. Thank you everyone for watching this week's edition of Maverick Postgame. Join us next week for more coverage of your CMU Mavericks. I'm Bryce Langley.
And I am Stephanie Bush. See you next time.